Well, actually, I recovered and learned what water is.
What did you recover?
No, she knows what the water is. She just doesn't know how to work with it.
Yeah, I just remember the two, like, one nature checks.
My, got him. This is the hill she will die on. Literally.
Blech.
The point is, if I recall correctly, last time you were inside of a place that smells of acid, but more importantly, is slowly but surely beginning to a flood. Or something of the like. You also
And
met
we
this
were
big
set-
cube that followed you around a bit.
He's friendly.
Yeah.
Friend.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about the cube.
Good old Globagool.
Don't name it, please.
It gave
look
its
up-
own name, Claire.
Yeah.
Are you denying him his name?
Yeah.
Are you saying he should live in bondage as property? Bam.
I mean, you got me. You got me.
You can't stop me, Claire. You give me an inch, I'll take your whole arm. And maybe
Like, sits there.
maybe a little more.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out how to get out of this cave.
That you were.
Mm.
You did find an exit, but just to say it's currently being used primarily as an entrance by a large amount of water.
And we did see a bunch of hallways up over here, which I had to go here, and here, and here. It's like, oh, look at these hallways.
Those are hallways.
Indeed, there are 4 sets of hallways that lead deeper down into the moist cavern.
Well, I'm gonna explore one of these. I will inform you that I am declaring.
So we need to get moving and find our friends before
Well,
they
yeah.
die.
This
We
place
don't
is
know
kind
where
of
the
fun.
exit is.
It's up there.
It's up
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, it's up there. We're trying to get out of here.
Alright.
Wait, are those redeem 1 million point? Oh, wow. He can't say no to anything?
I've been saving up.
What the fuck is wrong with you, Claire?
Well, I can just bring out my friend and then have them carry me up. And probably take turns carrying the others. I don't know if they're strong enough to lift Tanya.
Sam Smurkle.
I mean, the
Go
fairy can
Sam
probably.
Smarkle.
I mean, the fairy, can you Iceland, can you teleport me up there? I mean,
Wait, he just stares
it's like
at you
a fun-
curiously. Teleport. Looks up.
Well, the water
It's
is...
over you. Guess.
Well, the water isn't exactly brackish. You are kind of taking a risk with the lens effects you're dealing with here.
Yeah, but Claire can't drown.
I don't think that's the primary concern when you're teleporting someone in any arbitrary location in an unspecified shaped room.
you teleport me, it frazzles. I just.
Additionally, you should also ask the question, what is Claire going to do when she's up there?
She'll tell us where to go.
Hey, Claire, is this clear enough for you as instructions? Holds a microphone like right up to your face.
Yes.
You think, okay, let's do a hypothetical. You're already up there. What do you do?
I look around. I mean,
Gotcha. We'll play it by ear then. All right, Ashley. Can you roll me a D100 to see exactly how this works out as your... I mean, to be fair, don't forget that even if you have a light source, it gets scattered all over the place, so... You're kind of just
38.
squinting. You're squinting up there.
well, wait, can't you also cast that free action thing of, like, the fairy light on me?
I mean, I could.
Yeah, make me a goddamn lantern and then throw me up there.
And also, don't forget your wild magic chance.
And then I get turned into
be-
a cookie.
This would be the perfect. Oh man, we had a perfect time. I don't know why you're summoning people, Canny. I know that you have a water boy who's perfect for the situation, but
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
wouldn't it be amazing
Okay.
if you had like an elemental that could move through water completely fine?
Yeah, but I was just doing what Claire said.
Well,
Does it
like,
have a swim speed yet? Oh yeah, it does. 40. Ooh. Boy's got Mumis.
Humans.
Okay, have fun seeing up there.
Oh man, also it's blind sense. Jesus.
Now, the fairy looks at the goblin once the metal person's gone. Yeah, you might want to send that up there
Tanya,
That's the plan.
to figure out where to go and find the body.
The body? What the fuck? Retrieve the body.
Go ahead, Safi.
oh yeah, Tanya. You
Yeah.
appear somewhere up above, scattered by water. Good news is you don't appear in a place that is immediately extremely dangerous to you. The bad news is you still don't appear anywhere too good. Namely, you find yourself. Let's put it like this: this water must have been stagnant for a while, because otherwise there wouldn't be this many large, spiky rocks to trap you.
I am trapped in the spiky rocks.
We're also surrounded by quite a potent current.
Well, I'm strong and big. There is a current up here, by the way. I relate to the little.
Can't
people.
hear you. You're underwater.
And there's a waterfall right next to us.
Yeah.
Essentially.
So how good does a voice travel between like water to air and air to water?
Really poorly.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
thought.
very bad. Water's a very good insulator.
God damn it, water. Put up those dukes. And it just dukes at me. It turns out the water was sharp bait. Alright, Tanya. You're stuck in some water. It's not dark because you're glowing brightly. You can tell that there's plenty of water left where that came from. You're also on the bottom. And somewhere tucked in a corner. What do?
I untuck myself with my great strength and athletics.
Can you roll me your great strength and athletics?
Well, which one? Athletics or strength?
You know, Claire,
I assumed athletics.
so how heavy is Tanya, approximately?
I'm actually like, how heavy is the average warforged? Because she's just like an average warforged, I assume.
Oh my god, I can...
Let me look it up. I'm sure, like, you just search it.
270, 300 pounds.
So, you know. Yeah. About that.
The vitals, 270 pounds, you said?
Yeah, 270 to 300 pounds.
Gosh, that's a big amount of warforged. Well, in that case, considering you're made of metal and not particularly rich in friction, don't wear too many clothes. If you're going underwater in a current. Not a loose one, at least. Why is that
Why
frog
not?
telling me that my hands are stinky?
Stinky.
I don't need a frog to lecture me.
Yeah, but you need to wash your hands.
All right, Tanya, you manage to hit yourself loose and end up on your feet a short distance away. Giving a look around, you can tell that this place is quite the interesting shape, because you're standing at the bottom of a large bowl, but at the same time, there are these obvious offshoots that go in different directions. Also, directly in front of you is an immense whirlpool that is sucking up all the water from all elevations.
Oh.
It seems to be the only whirlpool around, though. And a little water friend comes up.
Our water friend?
Yeah, Dizzy's water friend.
Oh, look at that.
Don't suppose I can get my water friend to carry me up, but
Oh, if you wanted that, sure.
You have any more lights, Aisling?
I mean, I have the. Oh yeah, you guys are down there.
kind of light source do you have
Yeah.
anyway?
They have the magical lantern thing.
Excellent. Canny, your boy takes you up on the water. It's clean, so you're not going to get like the salty eyes you get if you open your eyes in the ocean. Eventually, this your fine friend deposits you at the top. What you see around you is mostly a large, dark cavity. If it wasn't for the lack of stars, you might even be convinced you're on the surface. So open and wide that like your light source doesn't touch any walls or anything. Look at that little bunny.
It's Bella.
Baby.
And Tanya, you did in fact see a gobbo attached to a water whirl go up, and now they're at the surface. You're on the bottom. Your friends are still down there.
Yeah, we need to get them up here.
Yeah, I can send my friend back down and they can go pick them up one at a time.
Yeah, both our lanterns, I suppose.
I pull out a sheet of paper, roll it up tightly, and I just cast prestidigitation to make like an end of it light up on fire. It won't last long. Just want to see.
Tanya, since you're standing down below here, this water does contain some amount of wildlife. Now, most of it is very much preoccupied with avoiding getting sucked into a hole in the ground. But some of them are large enough that they might clog the hole if they get in the way. And that's not good, you imagine.
Yeah, I don't want that. I want to shoo those things away while also.
You're talking about creatures that are partially panicking and partially trapped by a current, Claire.
Oh my god!
In fact, when good old little Abigail clings onto the water elemental, the first thing they see is like the butt of an immense anglerfish. Now, fish don't technically have butts like the way we imagine them, but there you go.
Why are those even here?
Wow, that fish had an ass. Do you see that? I haven't seen a fish with a butt before.
Barely. I bellow to the fairy. Listen to the sound of my voice, my very comforting voice. There's lots of water, and I'm out of the water now.
Abigail, you're going up. There's a fish butt in the way. It obstructs most of what's in front of you. Now, the water elemental could squeeze past just fine. You, on the other hand, are not small enough to fit past this immense fish. And its glowing little angle that's like probably getting sucked around its sides a bit, so you see it like flashing in and out of existence in the corner of your eye.
Fish.
And it's like kind of blocking my way.
You wouldn't normally fit past this, no.
Ah.
I mean, it is ultimately a large organic thing, as are you, which are known to be squishy, but...
Let me just remind myself of something.
I was also about to say, Aisling, since you're like the side, you can fit in her hood, just hide in the hood, but you're actually not that small. I know, I keep forgetting that.
Also, there's also the part where Aisling probably thinks that Tanya or Canny is falling back down again because they see this flashing light in the torrent.
Yeah, she doesn't know what's going on. And actually, I just had a question. Can I use move water, which allows me to move the amount of water of a large-sized creature?
Yes.
Can I make a bubble around myself?
Probably.
Cool, I want to do that.
That just sounds really
The problem is that such a bubble would probably just subject you to all local gravity, which means you just fall down to the bottom of wherever you're standing.
Also, how difficult would it be to cast verbal components underwater?
You're inside a very tumultuous... What are you trying to cast here?
Levitate.
Can you levitate a large creature?
Oh, it's a large creature.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
If I spend a spell point.
If it wasn't currently trapped inside of a torrent, you'd probably be like, oh no, that's dangerous.
Alright, that's my number for unwilling creature. Never mind.
You can roll me Arcana with disadvantage if you want to see if maybe you succeed. But if you fail, you might lose your grip. Concentrating
Yeah,
too hard.
I've spent like 2 spell points to do it.
Gosh. What's up to you? How do you want to do this?
Yeah, sure. I'll spend 2 points to make myself able to lift up to a huge creature.
In that case, you only have to roll me Arcana. Because you're still trying to spellcast very much underwater. Or I guess your spellcast modifier, but I think they're both the same. I do appreciate
No.
that. No, that's alright. That's all you need. Let me just double check 5e's standard DC table.
Alright,
Because-
here's basically what levitate does. I'm just gonna push it up.
Oh man. Well, I don't think the fish is in any position to resist, and probably would agree with what you're trying to do here. So
Oh, then it's willing?
I
definitely,
guess I'm going
I
up.
mean, it's
Alright.
not capable of really being willing, Bella.
Alright, then
like
I
it's
will
fighting, it's trying to move in the same direction you're trying to push it.
Okay.
The
Yeah,
fish
I'll
slips
use-
out of the way, and you slip through, which is to say the water elementals like immediately like whoop. The second you push past and the spell ends, Aisling, an immense fish flops down in front of you. The water's not high enough to support it, so it just kind of sits on its side now. It looks very sad to be here in this state.
Okay. I'm
Hmm.
gonna look at the fish, and I feel bad for the fish.
Well, it'll be fine. The water keeps flowing. It'll eventually get there, and you probably won't dry out with all this splatter.
I guess I'm on my side now.
So I'd
Oh,
be sure he's
man.
gonna be okay, right?
I mean, this is the best condition a fish can be while not being completely submerged in water.
Actually, I got an idea. Can I move water and then freeze the water to make a bowl so it'll fill up and he'll be fine?
I guess you could.
I want to do this because I like the fish. He
This-
hasn't done anything to me.
What a
Also,
strange
don't forget
situation.
our friend.
I
Up
can't
top,
even see the friend. It's really dark.
I mean, you probably hear the soft undulations.
and the occasional hello.
Boing. All right, Candy, you're at the surface. Did you know that?
Yeah.
There's like a light down there. There was another light down there, but that was only the one. You can kind of make out the Tanya standing there through like the shear lines of the current. But now that you're up here and sitting around,
Also, am I up there too? Or,
definitely.
'cause I don't see where I'm at.
Yeah, don't worry. You shouldn't
Okay.
see where you're at. There is no up there. This map didn't come supplied with a surface side. Up top, you see some other light sources in the distance, Canny. Which is to say that some people start yelling at you. It's your friends!
Oh, it's the good kind of yelling.
Yes.
Hey, all right, we found them.
Hey, we did it. We survived the place.
But there's one more question. How's Aisling getting out of this?
So first, I'm gonna ask our friend because I did tell him I'd take him somewhere new. Can you handle water?
I mean, he's handled the fact that he's in like knee-deep water so far, so he's probably fine.
Can you handle being underwater?
Now, he imagines so. Like, his feet don't feel particularly weird.
Okay. I hope this doesn't hurt. I'm gonna teleport you up there.
Can you teleport large things? Just, like,
It has no listed size limitation.
really
You can
now?
teleport yourself or a willing creature, anything that's up to the target's carrying capacity to any place.
Well, I guess that's fair
Alright.
enough.
Would that be your carrying capacity or?
No, the targets.
Oh, including. Sorry. Okay.
One moment.
So yeah, up to 20 feet.
it
So I'm gonna
back.
teleport him up, and then I'm gonna make my bubble, and I'm gonna try to figure out where everyone else ran off to.
Don't forget that your bubble does subject to local gravity, which means that you can't swim or float,
Yep.
technically.
I'm walking.
There's a difference between a trapped amount of air and a literal void of air. But that's for scientists to worry their little heads about. Conk, conk, conk.
And then when I get close enough, I just teleport to the surface.
Brrrp. Don't forget that there's like a heavy current here, so you're going to have to teleport all the way up. Can you roll me a
I see.
D100?
Sure.
I mean, for Globaglool, it doesn't really matter. He floats. He'll just float to the top. quickly enough. Tanya.
Also, I think 2 for wild magic
I'm Tanya.
Yep.
or 3.
Yeah, 2 for wild magic because you're doing it twice. Swinky Winkies. Hey!
A wild magic
Hey,
effect.
On
we
yourself.
did it.
So this was a cantrip, or did you have to spend a spell point to go up?
It would be a cantrip.
How many feet can you teleport, by the way?
20.
It's the ceiling's like 20, so yes, you're probably spending a spell point on this.
Wait, why would I have to spend it? It's 20 without a spell point.
It's 20 to get up to the ceiling of that chamber. And you need to go beyond that if you want to not get stuck in the water whirlpool.
Okay, so yeah, it'll be a spell point one then.
Trigonometry is a bitch. But beyond that, let's see the D100 of wild magic. What do you get?
74. I'm gonna go see this for myself.
You kill the nearest
It
target.
is.
This is incredible.
I'm scared.
So that's the universal one right there. For 1 minute, you leave behind a shadowy trail of negative energy.
Oh no.
Any
Does
creature
that-
Enters the space behind you. Takes 1d10 necrotic.
that includes you,
Yeah, if I go back into it.
which is probably going to happen because when you teleport in, you didn't get the good result, but you didn't get the terrible result. Tanya, you're up here
Yeah.
and you're still standing on like the surface. In the corner of your eye, you see this flash, and then a big cube appears and starts floating upwards. And then a moment later, you see another flash, and you can see that Aisling is like underwater, clinging to a large spire, like one of those large columns on the ground. Well, it's not clinging to it; it's more like she's getting forcefully pulled into it, and she's starting to bleed some sort of black ooze.
Does
That's,
necrotic hurt Warforged?
That's horrible. I need to get her out of that like black goop. It's clearly not her. And
I
pull her out.
imagine
It's like,
less so, since while there is a soul, it's not like you got flesh to
Not
melt.
Physical.
come here, Ashling. Come here, puppy. This is like it just grabs you.
Unfortunately, because Aisling is both extremely light and rather voluminous and covered in clothes, she has significantly more drag to her.
Add wings.
Well, I don't worry, because you know what I'm really good at in this game? Grabbing things. I'm gonna roll.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well.
If there's anything I'm good at in this game,
Put her in a chokehold. She's asphyxiating anyway.
oh no, I told her not to eat the vegetarian nuggies too fast.
So at the shoreline, Abigail probably and Canny probably swim over. I imagine that's how they're gonna do it. Would you like to issue corrections, perhaps?
Yeah.
But Tanya, holding Aisling, comes climbing out of the water. Like just at one of the shorelines, which go straight down. Like this is like a big bowl, and these ledges are like into the side, not even straight. They go slant a bit. So if you spill your drink, it would go into the pool. But one of them, Tanya, climbs out. Blech. By the way, a notable feature is the whole sides. A lot of it is covered in algae, moss, things that resemble seaweed. It's all flat now because the water is gone. But
I saved a fish.
That's good.
Or
Why
else
are you all?
roll some
What's all
crap.
this goopy stuff? By the way, do I take a 1d10 damage?
presumably not, because you keep pulling Aisling forward. You keep her out of the trail of
Yeah, as long
ooze.
as you don't go back.
I got you, baby. I got you. I'm actually fine. I got you.
And then I'm gonna get off you. I'm gonna go off to the side and look at the darkness and be like, "Don't touch that.
Fizzle, fizzle.
Good
Give me
call.
a minute."
You
Also, I saved our friend.
Hooray.
There's a cube floating next to the shore, which slowly goes down as the water level descends.
Yay, Global cool.
He's gonna need a hand getting on the ledge, by the way.
We can all help.
I don't want to go over because I'll hurt him. This stuff behind me is not friendly.
It's only there for like a minute. Don't be so
Are you-
dramatic.
Like, oh, wait a minute.
are you like leaking?
Stuff happens. Get over it. Do I ask about that oil stuff you leak?
Well, maybe you should show some.
You're watching her leak oil? It's kind of private.
I yeah, we Tiny here grab the Globule, or I
So,
can just
while I appreciate Tanya's go-get-'em attitude, Tanya's arms do not go 10 feet in both directions. And this is a
alright.
10-foot cube. So it's hard to grab onto without either potentially hurting it or doing
Yeah,
something
what-
fancy.
It's
Yeah,
a
me
giant, literally a gelatinous cube. How you want to grab this? It's like a fridge. You ever
Is
try to
it
move
large
a
or
fridge?
huge?
It's
It's
large.
huge. Oh, I thought it
Alright,
was huge.
I'll
I can
spend a spell.
just have my
Spell
friend
point
just swim
and,
underneath, push
let-
the
It gets a little elevator boost.
Yeah.
I'm gonna levitate them over to us and just be like, alright, come along.
Well, now there's a large cube on the ledge. Stool probably does his little plippy plaps and bumps
Stool,
into
we
it,
missed you.
and then he sprinkles some rapport spores, which get stuck on the parameter of the. They'll dissolve because they are organic, but he does look like he just fell into a vat of sprinkles for a moment.
Alright,
Oh,
this is friend. Also, these are friends. Friends don't eat friends. Okay, Globule?
I mean, why do you have to tell him? He didn't try to eat any of us.
Except for Tanya, but
That was by
Well,
accident.
Yeah, I kind of
Frank
ran
To
into him.
him. Also, did you guys see like a giant fish? Because there's a giant fish.
I mean, it's yeah, I guess you brought it up. I don't know. The
Someone
water.
threw a fish at me, and I saved a fish.
Oh.
You guys are being mean to the fish.
I don't recall doing that, though. I do remember seeing a creature. This entire area is filled with creatures. There are many of them. Animals.
animals.
And
Well,
she
it's
just
all okay. Fish is fine.
she just says animals really awkwardly and wanders off. But yeah, we reunite with our companions. We also have a new companion, I guess.
Well, he
Look-
just wants to go somewhere new.
Well, you've survived that daring encounter and set back on the road to Mushroom Grove. Neverlight is a weird thing to call an underground place. It's like calling a town Never Dark
Or never burning.
or Shadow Town. No one's gonna call a place that. They want to call them nice things like Lightville.
Spooky
Al-
town.
Also, Neverlight is weird in a cave society where light doesn't really exist all that often.
Considering most people have dark vision, it's such a goofy name. Especially since there's lots of bioluminescent mushrooms. It's like, okay, cool, we got a mushroom grove. What are we gonna call it? Well, what's everywhere? We're gonna say there's none.
Also, just to tell you, Safi, they don't always name them nice things. There is a place in America called Dead Woman Crossing.
Yeah, there's also a place called what's it called again? Asbestos. So
There's a place in Australia called Orange.
orange.
That place is like hell, isn't it? It's like a living hell.
We have a hell.
Orange.
Welcome to Orange. By the way, the reason I BRB'd is because I put Pixie out because she, I guess, woke up from her nap from under my bed and decided that she wouldn't. It was time to go.
There's an unincorporated town in Massachusetts called Satan's Kingdom.
Awesome.
Hell yeah, I'd move there.
You should. You're at the surface, and you move on with life.
Yep.
Moving
I
down the
almost forgot
tunnels.
to dry.
It's often wet and moist. There's many more streams than usual. Maybe we're near the Dark Lake, where you were so far. It's
It's moist.
yes, constant moisture. Yeah, there's a distinct difference because between Subukloop and Gracklestrook, there were streams that went in, but it was never like this. You know, never many tiny streams, never a lot of moisture, not a lot of mud. But here it's fertile lands. You can imagine if someone took the time to tame it and maybe bridge it over and make some aqueducts and everything, you could probably make this place into quite the fertile set of farms. And it goes on for quite a while. Whereas before, biomes changed rapidly. The underground does what it does, after all.
Yeah, it just seems to do whatever the hell it wants.
Along your journeys, however, things do not always go smoothly. One such unsmooth encounter was in the middle of a large, open, watery cave.
Oh,
You were
no.
moving through up ahead, when you suddenly heard the calls and cries of a naughty little boy who shouted at you from the shadows in the distance. So what actually happened is you went down, continued along. It's not uncommon for you to stumble across areas where some torches have been set up. This is usually to mark, like, oh, come back here, or someone else has already set up shop and they're using them as a warning system or something. They're not unusual, and at this point you wouldn't perceive them as an immediate sign of danger. But in this case, that thought seems to be incorrect.
Oh.
Because you make your way into this large open area and you begin to hear the screechy sounds of things that must be small sized, you imagine.
Oh.
And they demand your money or your life!
Have
And-
we
Oh my God.
rested since the last cave, or?
Yes, this has been a long rest since then.
Okay.
Ooh, got my spell point back.
And an itty bitty metal bolt like clanks at your feet.
Oh man. Look, everyone, society. Cracks my
Wait,
metal
wait.
knuckles.
Actually, until he gets excited. Are these highwaymen? Are we being robbed?
Yes.
Finally! She's
I
never
am
been
cons-
robbed before.
Tanya wants to debate with the fairy that we've been robbed. People have tried to rob us a few times, but once for our freedom. But semantics.
That's not robbing. That's not a physical object taken with violence.
Thanks, Claire.
So
Like a highwayman is a
we know where
specific
they
kind
are,
of-
right? Roughly.
Taking a look around, some of them are. You're on. Let me just show you the map I have for this. You're standing on this rocky protrusion. Some walls have collapsed behind you and around you, like some rocks got in the way. You could probably dig through them or climb through it with some time, but during that you'd be sitting ducks for these naughty boys. And naughty boys they are. In the water is a large whirlpool that seems to endlessly be sloshing away, and on the rocks you see shadowy forms of naughty boys hiding behind the rocks partially with crossbows aimed at you. Their demands are simple: leave your most valuable possessions on a bag on the ground, and you can go.
Will you supply the bag?
We don't have a bag.
Well, you can just put it on the ground. Jesus.
But you said a bag.
Your demands are complex. We shall now.
So they're over this way, right?
I mean, you can clearly see a couple over here and a couple over here, but none of them talk when you hear the voice. Or maybe they're telepathic.
Ooh, that'd be fancy.
So why did you ask that question? So I can give you a better answer.
Oh, I was gonna use a fog cloud in front of them so that they can't shoot at us effectively. I was gonna give us cover.
I mean, we're not.
Hmm.
We got through the slime sticky cave. We're not giving them a goddamn bag of stuff.
Yeah, I'm not giving them my stuff. It's my stuff. Well, our stuff.
Well,
Because I have a.
they are surrounding you in like a
Uh,
small quarter circle, at worst. Maybe a half circle. So a single fog cloud would have to be on top of you to protect you from all directions.
Yeah, I was figuring we'd cover at least some of it because I have a 15-foot radius circle.
However, the second weird magic starts to happen, they're probably just going to start shooting. Since they ask you to put your things on the ground, and people generally don't need to cast fancy magic to put bags on the ground.
I actually do. All my good stuff's in the portal.
Well, you're an exception to the rule. Thank you. Hope you're very proud of yourself.
I am.
Thanks.
I'm actually pretty. Like an estranged parent trying their hardest to be proud of their child, I pat Aisling on the head. I am very.
The only thing you should be
So-
proud of, Claire, is Sharkbait.
Sharkbait is important.
She has had
So-
such good pictures lately. My goodness.
She's gonna lean in. What do you guys want to do?
I mean, I'm not privy to being robbed.
Have you guys been robbed before?
I
More
mean,
times than I can count.
So what's the process here? Like, is it rude to like shoot lasers at them?
No,
No.
I think it's a last one standing kind of rules.
Yeah, I mean, like, you can be diplomatic, see if they'll let us through, but if they won't, typically it's a fight.
And I have a strong
Especially when
feeling they're not going to let us through.
Yeah, they're already pointing weapons
She
at
floats
us.
up. Will you let us through?
No! Of course
Said
not!
no.
We asked you for your money or your life, so it's either or.
Well, then it's number 2, then.
Okay, so the guys on the left side, I want to cast Fairy Fire on them.
Oh my. Oh my.
Yeah, I have a 60-foot range on that. I don't want this to be hidden. They're being rude by not coming out.
Shit, that's loud.
That was a lot of dice roll out.
Yeah, I really wish that.
We're fighting cannies.
Oh no.
Yeah, the gobbles.
Oh, cool.
These
I
are
actually
rude
have a
ones,
second.
though.
Dispatch the goblins. Takes a swing at Canny.
Ah,
This evil gobble starts
finally happening.
seeing you start to make a move. Why is one of his options explode?
Do it. Do it. Do
Dude,
it.
do it.
Why does this man have an explosive on him? Is a question I can't answer.
And it only does 7 damage.
Wait, what? So wait, he pointlessly explodes?
With a DC 10 dex save for probably half.
Oh
No,
no,
no, no, no.
no! These guys are all part of the. These are all like
He
old.
exploded.
These are all part of the old thing for the yeah.
I am.
This gentleman
Okay.
is snugly in cover as he takes out his crummy little crossbow and plinks an arrow at you. Aisling. Phew. And then it's your turn. He's just a widow goblin.
It's just a little goblin.
But it's dark, so I have disadvantage on shooting at them with lasers.
Definitely.
So yeah, I'm
I
gonna
don't know.
cast Fairy Fire on a group of them.
Delightful.
Means no wild magic.
What wall? So Fair Fire is a dex save, right?
Fairy Fire. Let me read it. If it fails a dex save,
Yeah, they get the cover bonus to that. That's cool. Well, go ahead. Put down your framework, your aiming reticle, as it were.
okay, so it is. I get a 20-foot cube.
Well, put down the cube.
Get
Gob.
on my line.
Gobble gobble. Gobble gobble. Gob gob gobble.
Okay, there.
That's a circle. This is our cube, and it's 20 feet. Right on top of him. Don't you have Fairy Fire as a spell in your spell list? Just click it.
Do I? I don't because it's a racial thing, and I never got to put in there.
It's at the bottom of your spell list.
Oh, there it is.
Dweeb.
Okay.
Here, let me give your use back because I took it away accidentally. There. Now you can click it and it lets you place the thing immediately.
Ah, and I pushed it by accident to get back on the page.
Well, you can
Remember
move the
that?
template independently by going to the template button, the measurement tool, which is a ruler. In the meantime, these guys get to roll their saves, and even with the bonuses, they're completely covered in dim light shedding dimness.
Over there.
Wait, what? Why are you casting your light at the rocks that have covered up your exit?
Okay, so where are they? Because I can't see where they are.
Down here.
Holy shit, they are very much visible. They're right here.
Oh, okay. I was looking the wrong direction for some reason.
Impressive.
There we
That's where
go.
the 2 are.
Over there.
Impressive. Well, these fine gentlemen are now dimly lit. It doesn't change their lighting condition much, since they are already slightly dimly lit by the many torches that make you a very easy target for them.
Any attack roll against the affected creature or object has advantage.
Yeah, that's the fun part. That's the good part. But also, their whole rock is covered in sparkly sparkles. Glow, glow. What color are they?
I'm making them green.
Ah, green. The color of kings.
Whoa, Jesus.
Actually, so let me take a less offend. Oh, that's the wrong one.
It's a rave.
That's blue.
Goblin rave.
I got you, blue. Hey, girl, I got you, blue.
There's a very very sad man starts yelling at you. It's the same guy who originally started yelling at you anyway.
Ah, there he is. Good. I want to speak with him.
We just
I want-
want your money.
This bolt comes seemingly from the south. Oh.
Whoosh.
Well, actually, this guy throws a javelin, and he's got multi-attack. So he'll
Got a hell of
throw.
an arm.
So he'll throw 2 at the people at the front. Go away. And a 1 and a 2.
Oh my god.
These guys are
Wow.
just. I'm actually. It even says it. It says sad. I feel sad.
You might want to change. You might want to change it to depressed goblin. 'Cause-
Abigail.
Saying that, by the way. I just double check our range. Just should have done it earlier. That's a cone, not a. I'll delete that. But
That is a cone. Thank you.
that is a distance. Alright, how delete? Okay, it's already deleted. I'm just gonna move my 30 feet. Just
Wow, you have 30? I only have 2.
a bit closer.
up.
Then, yeah, now I'll just cast Levitate on this guy.
No, his cover.
Yeah.
Well, show me levitate.
I will
Show
you
me the
Levitate.
beans.
I will show you the beans. Where are the beans? Where are the beans?
He would prefer not to move up. How many feet does it go up? 20 feet.
40 feet.
These guys.
He starts floating up towards the
They
ceiling.
had hero points. They'd have so many.
Just all the way up to the ceiling. Ah!
Yeah, I'm just gonna hold him up. It's like, buddy.
Is there okay?
Do they just give up at this point? Because this is actually getting a little.
Hey, there's a lot more of them. Just because a couple of them miss a couple of shots.
They
They've
failed
got
at
numbers.
everything.
They still have the benefit of darkness, and they're all hidden in the shadows.
Except for a couple of them.
A couple of them.
Ancient goblin tactic. Have a lot of you.
Yeah, man. That's how the babies do it. On a successful save defense, it can make an okay.
Wait, can self-serving goblin is pinned to the ceiling? Just go, I won't be captured. Just blow himself up.
He could.
He starts shooting at Abigail, and then he's gonna try to make that save again.
These poor creatures.
It's like I'm fighting a red
God.
deck that bricked.
Abigail, since you're obviously casting a bunch of magic, a few of the goblins decide to expend their crossbows at you. 1, 2, 3.
Oh no, one of them got a good roll.
One of them hits, I believe.
The other one also,
It's a
because your
good
AC seems to be 14.
Yeah, 2 of them hit.
Wait,
Perfect. Fell against all the rolls.
Let me actually check out if your armor should be that much. Let me put my paws on you. Light armor is prof plus dex max 4. Okay, gotcha. So that should be 15 actually.
Okay, so.
Okay.
Oh well, they still both hit. I was about
They
to
still
say,
both hit, but in the future you might miss. Just being nice here. All right, Abigail, you get hit twice. Is that thing concentration?
Yes.
Would you like to roll me a con check twice? DC is 10, I
Okay.
think.
Alright.
This is like a
Saving throw or
falling
ability
man.
check?
It's a concentration check is always a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Your concentration is broken. Can you roll me
Alright,
4d6?
all 4 feet.
You just hear like a wet noise, like.
Uh-oh.
Can you- Okay. You hear like a thud, boop, and then a sploosh. And this glowing body just starts drifting towards the whirlpool.
Oh my god.
I mean, he bounced pretty good.
Goblins are bouncy.
2, 3, and the next guy. This one is actually close enough to Abigail, I think, that he gets advantage on his roll instead of just compensating for long distance. Yep. This one's actually close enough. Abigail, I was like, no, he's just a real goblin.
Man,
Abigail, watch out.
now they're hitting.
Tanya. What do? Make yourself big and large. They're all shooting at the people who can't take hits.
The one person who can't take hits.
Tanya, do something.
All right.
By the way,
guys.
Tanya, since you're gonna ask, because I know you're a fucking nerd, yes, you can jump over to the island. The distance is entirely manageable for those incredible legs of yours.
Oh, I can move all the way over there.
Yeah, sure.
Jump.
Jump over. Give him the old charge jump.
Yeah,
Stafford, I have a question.
I run and leave.
What is it?
Would that count as me killing the goblin?
For what purposes?
How many links I have in my sequence?
Sure, go nuts. Give yourself a link.
I have 2 links now.
By the way,
I
you can
don't know,
you can totally set resource 1 to be like your link counter if you want to.
I don't know if that should count since it's more of a death through an F up.
Yeah, I don't think that would count for sequence because that's supposed to be like you're fighting and doing things. Not...
You weren't combo attacking
You're
by
not-
accidentally.
it is
Tanya,
literally
can you roll me your
a
charge
fucking-
attack,
Alright.
please?
A charge attack?
You sure? You're jumping in on this, man. You have like 10 to 15 feet of time to put your fist out.
Yeah, I just run at him while he's screaming. Probably. Let's see. 1 second. Okay. I said, roll, baby. There we go.
Ooh.
Wow.
Listen, he's behind cover. You scrape across the rock, which if you were organic would probably hurt like hell. There are more just a widow goblin over here. And they start yelling at big scary metal man. Pew 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 pew.
Who hasn't moved on my screen?
It says you're. Oh, now you're back. It popped you out a bit ago.
Yeah, I had to refresh.
6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, those both hit. That sucks.
Wait, Claire. You have advantage on the attack roll
Yes.
because of fairy fire. Let me take care of that for you. You actually do smack him unconscious in one blow.
Oh. Oh yeah, I do have
everyone
advantage.
that has my fairy fire has advantage when they're being attacked.
And so
Okay.
he too just kind of floats away for momentum. And you see in the green dim light a couple of gobos hiding behind a rock. Canny.
They see. They. Oh wait. By the way, did the guy who got killed did not attack them?
What?
What goblin shot me?
Well, they're over here. But we're gonna.
Okay.
You know what? Fair. I'll take away their advantage because you do see them briefly before the attack. So in that case, neither of them hits you. So refund yourself the 9 hit points. If you took them away already, that is.
Yeah, I did. Wasn't being a stickler, just asking. Anyway,
Kenny.
I'm gonna move over to here, had a little bit of cover, and then summon my friend into the water.
I should just give you token making powers. I think I did actually, but here, sploosh.
Sploosh. I had to summon it next to myself, so.
Oh, this would be adjacent, really? No.
Yeah.
Ready to act on your following turn.
Jason's pick.
Use some spell points so I don't have to concentrate.
Already took that guy's turn because I didn't think anyone would get him.
Oh, that guy's bitching.
Oh,
Dude, that
Kenny's
one
carrying
has
a
to
light
die.
source.
I'm afraid of him.
Yeah, Kenny, you can actually see this guy. So in that case, he doesn't get the advantage, but he does, I think, actually it's like 80 feet on these things. Jesus. It's not very crummy for a crossbow, but a 1, it's all they get today.
That one works hard.
This guy sees like a...
It
Oh,
works
no.
out.
He's going to shoot a crossbow at that scary water boy.
Oh no.
Oh goodness.
Sploosh. The water gets splooshed. Aisling.
Okay, so I'm gonna take my movement, fly over next to Canny.
Hi.
Hello, Goblin. Okay, so he is out of range for me to teleport to and attack in one turn. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to laser him. There it is.
Laser beam.
With, my character sheet back open. Party. Me. Spell book. I'm going to Destructive Blast.
This fine gentleman.
Oh, and it's Scorching.
Who are you targeting? Because I can't.
The gregarious one.
That's double what you need it, man. Double what you need it. Since he isn't glowing, you just watch him vanish into the water.
No wild magic.
I keep rolling middling, so what do you expect? The boss goblin can aim at anyone he likes, but he's gonna go and huck those. Actually, can Tanya see him? Nope. So he just rolls them normal. Advantage cancels out. Javelins for Claire.
Tink tink. How I block one, I grab the other. Just
Abby McGabigail.
I have an idea.
Do you want to move closer, Tanya?
Man, I could.
Like,
I'm gonna leap over here and basically repeat what I did with the other guy.
all right. I'm
Also,
just gonna
Canny, I'm sorry I killed your cousin.
walk over here
What?
and
Oh, okay.
what can I do? Because I was thinking of one thing, I was thinking another thing.
You're doing too much thinking.
I am.
What's all the thinking gonna do for you when the gobbo starts shooting at you?
You know what? I'm gonna do levitate again. Gonna lift up another goblin.
Hey,
Oh,
what
Alright.
for?
Alright.
The shadow
Oh! He vanishes out of the light because, that's how the darkness works. But
Oh my God, not me too, please, Lord.
no!
He's like screaming prayers, like he thinks the most frightening way to die after the first guy.
He also, remember, he saw a giant line of fire appear like 150 feet away from him and just annihilate somebody.
Well, seriously though, once again, are these guys done robbing us yet? Like, they're kind of...
Listen, they live
you gonna let
underground.
us
You've
pass?
seen the things that are down here.
That's true. So they're stupid, but
There used to be a lot more goblins than this. Let's put it that way.
Listen, everyone loses and gains a couple of members over time.
Iceling starts glowing blue. Goblins.
Goblin. Okay, cool. 3 goblins are gonna shoot at. You know what? Let's say Aisling, and then Caney, and then the Waterway woman too. 1, 2, 3.
Oh God.
Canny, no.
Ow. Ouchie.
So, what was that about them giving up? Seems to be doing just fine, friends. Put my hands in my side. I'm like, Tanya.
Also, I didn't say it earlier, but I have the illusion imbuement for myself.
Delightful.
And
Doesn't
okay.
help you because this crossbow is advantage against Tanya. Pew.
Yeah, that actually hurt.
They're rolling really well on the damage too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they rolled 7 on all of us.
Tanya, if only you had a light source, because you can't really see most of the goblins in there.
I see this one though.
Yeah, but you can't really jump that without an athletics check, DC 25.
Oh, come on.
It's a big distance, man.
Isn't your athletics beefy anyway?
You're beefy, Claire. Why are you so upset about this?
No, it is beefy, but that's a big check. Okay, new plan. Tell me, would the javelin be less damage than me just picking up a rock I see and throwing it at that guy?
Wait, what?
I can't go over there, so I'm gonna throw something at him.
Go out again.
You know, This is why people tend to carry like javelins and hand axes. So yes, you can throw your hand axes at them.
No, like. Well, yeah, that's right.
If you want to throw a rock, go nuts.
You could throw me if you wanted.
But it'll do like 1d4 bludgeoning. But go ahead, throw me a rock. Just use your hand axes. It's fine.
Yeah, I got because I got.
Didn't you modify?
You also have disadvantage on the roll because you're trying to throw a rock more than 20 feet.
Oh god dang it! It looks like I have to double back then because I can't.
Try to get closer.
There is a shoreline like right over here, but.
Oh, then yeah, I'll leap over here then. All right, can I double move to this boy?
Well, you're standing right next to a goblin right now.
Oh, I am. I don't see him.
That's exactly the point. Well, go ahead. Move on where you want to be. There is a clear path to him.
Hey, come here, buddy. Come here, buddy.
However, you do get shanked in the butt. Advantage-wise.
Wow, another crit. Like, I like how they're just.
I like how
now
you're complaining now about the crits when they got like 8 ones in a row.
That is true. They're doubling back now. 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow, another 9 too. Okay. So I get shinkity shanked.
Yep. See, this is the goblin playstyle that people always miss out on when they give everyone dark vision and ignore all the fun parts of ambushes. You guys should be stomping goblins at level 6, but look at them. They're getting some good shots in on you.
I mean, they're over there. I gotta get over there.
They're doing their thing.
They're doing their thing. Tanya, you're next to a oh, you have to move twice, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's next to you. He throws his crossbow aside, and you know what? He's just gonna slip into the shadows first.
Oh.
And then he slices at you.
Yeah, he misses.
See his little hand like dart out of the darkness. Kenny, you have a water boy.
Yeah. I'm gonna have my water boy zoop.
In one action. How fast?
Yeah, because it's swimming.
He also has blind sense, so he can see all the goblins just fine.
Yeah. And it's just gonna slappy that one. Pap.
Oh man, that's one hell of a pap. More like a splat, to be honest. He ain't bitching no more. What do you do, Kenny? Because it doesn't take your action to command, right? It's just a bonus action.
Yeah, it's just bonus. I'm going to. How far away is that? Yeah, I can still shoot at it. I'm gonna shoot at the gobbo on the right with a gun. Well.
Ooh. Ooh. These hand crossbows have got something going on. This guy's up here. He awkwardly tries to shoot at you, but you know it's very hard to shoot when you're floating around. Wow, look at those rolls. Tanya, a crossbow will clonks you on the top of your head.
All right, so I take 3 damage.
It's got that gravity bonus.
I'm gonna fly over here. And there's 3 dudes. So I'm gonna double up on my spell points. I'm going to use Ray, which can target 3 people. And I'm going to use Targeted Blast, so I have advantage on all my attack rolls. So, shift click, Destructive Blast. That's 1, because I have to do 3 independent rolls, but still 1 attack, and then I'll do my wild magic.
Ooh.
Wow, a double critical.
Spicy.
These are also all scorching, so they do an additional.
They're all dead. Don't worry.
Okay.
Also, don't forget your wild magic.
Just
Yep,
like
I'm going to it now.
did y'all see a tumbleweed? It's hot.
Like all their heads poking out from behind the rocks, and it's just like ping, 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 ping. D100, D100, D100. All right,
My D100. I got a 70.
the goblin boss. It's like probably sounds retreat and like scampers off into the
Yeah,
deeper
so-
darkness.
Yeah, it's kind of what is
Abigail.
all of a sudden like, wait, what just happened?
So anyway, I started blasting.
Abigail, what do you do?
Do I see anyone else?
Not really.
No idea.
They're all in the
Alright.
darkness.
Yeah,
I drop
it's not-
concentration.
Woo!
Oh,
Roll me 46, please.
Just snap your fingers and he comes crashing down.
Oi,
That's
oi,
a
oi,
good
oi,
first
oi,
roll.
oi, oi. Oi, 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 oi. Oh,
dude, these effing goblins. Freaking- I feel actually bad for them. Like, also
that guy
since,
can calm no more.
also since Aisling is a fairy and like their mischief and stuff, I like the idea that she shot one laser and it's like she can only hit one of us, and the laser at the last second split into like 4.
I did that Krillin thing.
Yeah, you did the like actually good Krillin attack. What's that called?
Destruction discs?
No,
No.
not that one.
Don't you
knows?
call it
That-
super diaper blast? But that's
And that was the
not
only move I know Krillin has.
yeah, the Kienzon.
The thing he never uses.
gosh. Well, the combat seems to be over because you hear not much anymore, at least. You hear like two
Amateurs.
sets of feet are still like scampering away, but that's like the it. You blasted all of them.
Alright, there's no reason to chase after them.
We're just a bunch
Barry
of
flies
goons.
over to you guys. So how are you guys not doing? How many did you get?
I got
It was-
2.
You-
I mean, technically.
I regroup with the party. Also, god dang that laser just.
Yeah, you guys were seeing that on the side, remember?
You know, I know what it was. You did the whistling birds from Mandalorian.
Mhm.
Dude, that'd be kind of cool actually. Chidori.
Marvelous.
It's like a cool fairy version of Chidori.
Is there anything you want to do before you continue on your journey, now that you have the time and space to clear out those rocks and continue your path?
Can we check the goblins for anything interesting?
Probably
I
not with
assume the
mine.
boss probably had everything good.
Fair.
That's showbiz, as they say. I wouldn't know. Not in showbiz myself. You can continue on your fine journey, setting off to Neverlight Grove. Let me just remove that. There you go. Still disarmingly innocent. I mean, don't forget that, like, when you clear out the rocks and the rest of the travel group comes through, they don't see anything.
Yeah, because I disintegrated most of mine. The other ones ended up in the water.
They just heard some violence and now there's, like, no one.
By the
So
way,
what
it's called
happened in here? Nothing important.
by the way, the Krillin attack is called Split Energy Wave.
That's a dumb name. That's boring.
Super Diaper Blast! Sorry.
Nice. You managed to make it to Neverlight Grove soon enough, though.
Hooray!
No, wait. Toggle navigation preload scene. That's what I want to click. Fish will come closer and closer, and Spool gets more and more excited with his little pappy feet. Pap, pap, pap. Because the closer you get, the more the air becomes damp, humid, filled with a musty, mushroomy smell. The area becomes more commonly lit because there's so many mushrooms, many of them glow. As a result, the caves don't feel all that dark anymore. But at a certain point, once you get close enough, little baby boy starts to get a little nervous.
No.
Like he goes from an excited pat 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 to a little bit more reserved pat pat pat.
Also,
Okay,
baby
little
boy's
buddy?
stool, right?
Yes.
Also, I would like to point out that because you have a giant gelatinous cube following you, He paints this constant 10-foot wide path wherever he goes in the mushroom goodness. Just scrubbing the floor as he goes.
It's getting lots of food.
And probably quite the psychedelic experience. Whoa.
He starts
It's all
shifting
two-
colors.
He eats
His whole two
mushrooms.
brain cells are having a time.
Like he goes to the mushrooms and he eats the one that gives you a big nose and the one that means you have to say every thought you get in your head. He eats all the mushrooms on the way. So many weird ones that are just annoying. Neverlight Grove is quite the place because eventually it does loom into view. The first thing that catches your eye is the immense mushroom at the end of the cave. I think this place should have, like, what is it called? Configure. I want to turn on the unrestricted vision range. And token vision off.
Ta.
You arrive at the south, let's say the south entrance, like right over here is real nice. You arrive there, and the first thing you'll see dominating your view is the immense mushroom that is growing directly to your north. The air here it's weirdly quiet for how many things you see moving around. Many of them are mushroom people who immediately ignore you because you already have a mushroom with you. So you're probably on the good side of things.
Hooray.
Well, that's good.
I like to think we're on the good side of things.
This does appear to be a place where some trade is taking place because there are a few sections that have non-mushroom people dealing with mushroom people, and as mentioned, the negotiations are about as thrilling as the implications were of like, oh, it's coins, right? You just give coins. What the fuck is a denomination?
Can't even
Fairy
sweat.
agrees.
So,
Yeah.
so you see like the obvious negotiation of like, I want those specific coins, and the guy's like, why do you make such a big deal about which color coins you get?
It's very much a Iceland environment.
Yeah, it's like a mushroom version of probably where Iceland comes from. Fairy tree land, as far as I know.
Fairy tree land.
There's not as much talk about cookies and the trade.
A cookie is kind of like a coin.
I mean, there is a very complicated history of,
Give me a moment. I gotta check something
trading
out.
the cookies.
Okay.
Also, give me a moment. I have to go check something out myself. Actually, be right back.
Okay.
Wow, it's the checkout time.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, let me tell you about the very complicated trade history of the background I made up for Ashleen's people.
Okay.
You see, they're actually down the river from another clan of gnomes, where the gnomes actually make the cookies. They go by the name of the Keebler gnomes.
God
I
damn
would
it.
have said elves, but that's
Good,
we're in
great.
D&D. Elves are tall people. So what the fairies do is they actually use druidcraft and fairy magic in order to grow wheat and sugarcane and other things that would be useful, and then they do an intense trading negotiation with those people down the river, and also with another thing of halflings, which are actually ranchers, for the milk. And then they combine that with the gnomes, and that's where the cookies come from, which are given in exchange for raw materials and other food items. It's a long and storied history.
Cookie law.
Yep.
Cookie lore.
That's how their economy works.
Zoinky woinkies. Well,
Zoinks.
Okay, I'm back. I did the paranoid thing where I'm like, did I turn the oven off? I'm sure I did. But
Stool seems to be not very uneasy. Also around this place, you can see drow and those quaggoth things, but they look out of it. Like they obviously have like mushrooms growing behind their ears, and they move around like puppets on strings, jerkingly moving forward.
all right.
There's also some living large blue mushrooms that seem to shift around like walls. There's a lot going on here. Now that you have a bit of time to really soak up the environment, you can also tell that the northern giant-ass mushroom is surrounded by vulture-like creatures and large insects. Kind of like the
So
ones you
is
saw
this-
back at the Valkenverd, the prison.
Stool, I get the feeling that that's all not supposed to be there, right?
He doesn't remember seeing this when he was here last time, no. Spring.
So we're probably gonna need to kill something.
Solid chance.
We do that a lot.
But I think
did.
before we start beating the crap out of everything, we should figure out what's here by talking to the people around.
Let's see what's normal and what's not normal.
I mean, that is
Yeah.
true. I mean,
Ooh.
things
Ooh.
are weird.
Pop. He would like for you to come and see Sovereign Basidia. Excuse me.
Okay.
He was always a really cool chump.
I like
he's
cool
inviting us to
chumps.
Disneyland.
He was nice.
I like cool chumps. That's why I hang out with these guys.
I'm sorry,
This
what
guy
was
has
that?
cap on, right?
Nothing. Don't worry about it. Look, lead the way, Stool.
He starts plippy-plapping forwards towards this large mushroom, the largest one that's in this chamber. Again, you can see very easily for good distances because everything is mostly glowing or in the ambient or basking in the glow of something else. Making your way across, it is eerily silent when all you hear is movement. Normally, towns are very much typified by the constant chitter and chatter and the topics of conversation, but you know, the Myconids mostly seem to talk by spraying spores all over the place, so it makes sense that you wouldn't hear much. Also, there's not like a lot of houses, but, you know, what do you need a house for when you're underground and a plant?
I mean, true.
So are we coated in stool spores?
I mean, they die off after a bit, and they wash off
Okay.
too, so...
Yeah.
It's not like... it's not like you're dusty as all hell. Luckily, it doesn't take long to get down there, although it is awkward. The Myconids don't, like, step aside, so you have to wait until they're all off the ramp, or you have to slide down. Oof. Industry first, it seems. Let's see. The central basin, that's where he's hanging out, next to the big old mushroom. As you can imagine, the place where all the water gathers up over time is the most important. Many small creeks and streams feed the central basin, and the mushrooms that grow around it are the largest, tallest, and the sexiest you imagine. They do look like the most mushroomy, by whatever metric you're using. Even the ceiling itself is covered in star-like patterns. At the center is a gentleman, a tall-looking fellow, who, it takes very little to guess, might be some sort of boss man. I mean, look at that hat. Look, that's not a hat, that's his head, but look at it.
Oh.
He's got the big hat rule.
The fairy is somehow disappointed despite not being able to actually hear the narration.
Has a fancy cap.
Big hat Logan.
I want to see him.
This is
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Sovereign Basidia. Oh my god, apparently the term for non-mushroom people is softers. Or is he talking to Stu? It's unclear. And it worked. The blasting sure did the job.
Yeah, it freaking did. Jeez.
See, this is why 5e is balanced around hit points, because it likes to pretend that it has bounded accuracy, but if you only got
And then
7 hit
that
points,
happens.
and people do a lot. Anyway, Basidia spores are exchanged like a polite handshake. Man, you better not have that, what is called trypophobia, like the one where you're afraid of holes, because holy shit. Guy's
Yeah,
got a few of
yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Thanks, Watsy. Where's the less frightening mode button?
Yeah, where's the one where they're all baby mushrooms, like stool?
They're all just little baby men. They make little plappy noises when they move their feeties. Plap, plap, plap.
Babies only.
This is a babies only campaign.
Hey, that's the plan one day.
5 feet and up, do not interact. Basidia welcomes you warmly. I would like to know what brings such fine fellows to Neverlight Grove today.
Well, we liberated stool
I
from.
found your friend.
Stool
We
lifts up.
were all captured by some drow, and then we broke out, and Stool was one of our fellow captives. So
As you talk, Stu gives little nods to affirm that what you say is the truth. The city is most thankful for what you have done. However, he warns you that this place is being haunted by the other sovereigns' ministrations. Philo has recently invited a strange woman into a large mushroom nearby, and he worries about what's going on in this place. Perhaps you have come across them, strange myconids who exhibit the most quaint behavior. Their minds not quite their own, their willingness to spread unusual spores greater than normal.
Huh. Yeah, I've noticed some weird locals.
Yes. It has put
And
me in
weird
quite the
skeletons.
pickle. I'm worried that this new mushroom woman is not truly one of us. But she has certainly convinced Philo to go along with this wedding thing she proposed.
Well, now I have several questions about your culture. You have weddings?
Well, no. That's something that she just kind of came up with. Like, hey, let's have I want to marry your giant mushroom. And it's like, and the guy was like, sure, that sounds like a great
Yeah.
idea.
What?
It's a party.
The large mushroom tower is actually called Igmurgus, as is the cave. But to be fair, the two are the same.
Igmorgus Porgus.
Let's see.
Is the mushroom?
You have
a
no
demon?
clear reference to judge the towering mushroom's size at this distance. Thousands of smaller fungi cling to the main stalk, which itself splits into several lesser stalks, each long enough, with a cap big enough to be the top of a great tower. The cavern floor surrounding the stalk is covered by a carpet of fungi. An eerie luminescence pours through slit window carved into the trunk, with the same cacophony of atonal music heard earlier echoing within. The stench of rotten decay wraps around you, seemingly threatening to penetrate your flesh and pervade your soul. That's if you get close to it. Now you might understand why Basilia City is a bit about that.
So, is the community not approving of this union?
Well, he's one half of the sovereigns, and he doesn't like it. But Philo, as he mentioned, apparently God really likes it. He's really into it. He was the one who originally welcomed the Mushroom Lady and everything. And when he started being all like, the wedding, Basidia naturally was like, no, no. I don't like where this is
Not that
going.
thing.
So yes,
So, like,
he suspects that something foul is afoot.
well, we know roughly about weddings and things like that. Should we investigate and see what's up with the good old mushroom lady?
He would very much appreciate if someone were to take a look. He doesn't trust his mushroom friends, since they seem to be more vulnerable to whatever it is she's doing that makes everyone so excited about the wedding.
Let's go have a look. Wee.
Woo!
The fairy's also enjoying the fact that this is a big place, so she can fly around without having to worry about like ceilings.
I mean, also, there's nature. I mean, this must be like
That too. She's actually much, even though it's boring nature, and talking nature, which is kind of weird.
Why is it boring nature?
Because it's all one kind of thing. It's all mushrooms.
Oh, they're very
Well,
mushrooms, aren't
that says the party, which is all like one kind of mammal.
I mean, technically, we're not. We have a warforged.
they?
Like,
And a cat.
honestly, please do not tell mushrooms, oh, there's only like one kind of mushroom here. That is legitimately going way too high up the taxonomical tree and going like, man, there's too many animals here. There's all just one animal. Don't forget, fungus is a fucking kingdom, not a species or anything. And man, they can get funky. Like, there's such a difference between a morel mushroom and those fly amargilias or whatever they're called. The difference is vast, and the mind is great, but is it willing? There's shelves. Some mushrooms become shelves on trees. Why do they do that?
I like the ones that look like they've got jam on them.
Which ones?
I gotta look it up. I don't remember the name. Yeah. Let's get a picture of one.
Show me the jam. Oh man,
Jam.
this looks like he's got little jam droplets on it. Look at that.
They got jam on them.
Hell yeah. Don't try to use a knife to scoop it up and put it on a sandwich. I can't imagine that's healthy.
It's like a muffin with jelly.
It's called a bleeding tooth fungus.
Disgusting. Why do people always give fungus the fancy names? What's
I don't
this?
know.
So what's this flower? This
On-
is the beautiful white night flower. Okay, this mushroom which looks exactly like, what do you want to call it? The death skull of fuck you mushroom.
The 10th skull of FU.
There's another variant called the strawberries and cream mushroom, which is nicer. It's
Strawberries and cream mushroom, yes! Put it on the sandwich.
Oh, we
there are
don't.
there are two kinds of mushroom scientists.
The ones who
Yeah,
shouldn't be in the
ones that
field and the
fuck
ones who
you.
should. You climb on over the hill at the mere mild request of someone who you barely met.
That's kind of our thing.
Marvelous.
I mean, he's a friend of Stool, and
When
friend of a friend is a friend.
As you stand on top of the large ledge and gaze down. My eye. Down below, you see several individuals moving around down there. About 12 of them, and one lady in a fancy dress. Can I find this cool? Because it's a pretty cool picture.
I want to see this dress.
I want to show it. It's pretty cool. Demon lords.
Oh,
There we go.
what was that about a demon lord?
What the fuck did you say about my mother? I know she ain't pretty, but that doesn't mean you can call her that. Oh, here we go. It's the feted wedding. I need to look up for this. Right? That's what.
That
That's what.
name.
Well, you know, you think. I know that there's a picture where it's like Zygmuntoi in a cool, fancy dress. Where is it? Come on, man. The Labyrinth, Worm Ridings, Neverlight Grove. No, not Gracklestroke. We already left that place in a fucking mess. It's great.
Hey, we didn't leave nothing in the mess. It like made a mess of itself, and we were just like, "Hey, I'm not
No,
cleaning
I
this up."
googled fetid wedding and I found this picture.
That's the picture.
Yeah.
I think that's a chapter header, which is why I can't find it in this thing.
Yeah, I just
Um,
looked on images, so I didn't
but
get
yes.
it spoiled.
That is approximately what you see. Additionally, you see like 12 individuals who you could, if you wanted to, describe as bridesmaids. They're all people who look like the majority of their flesh has been replaced by spongy, fungusy goodness. The creature that you see down below is just seeing her brings to your head the name of what you look upon. For whereas the Demogorgon was a creature of raw chaos and destruction, Zygmoy, gosh, is a being whose name rings true in the ears of all that gaze upon her. If only because it's like, you're the fucking fungus queen of the abyss. Of course, everyone knows what you look like. It's a very easy description. Imagine a hump. I think it's kind of boring that she just looks like a person, though. Like, the Demogorgon has, like, multiple heads and tentacles for hands, and she's like, nah, I'm just a dude who looks like a mushroom.
Yeah, but she's a lady, so she has to be attractive.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of
the
weird that like the mushroom people like actual mushrooms, and she doesn't.
Female mushroom
She's
looks
one-
like a person. Male mushroom looks like a fucking mushroom.
She's
yeah,
a Phyrexian.
yeah, it's just not. Yeah, she looks like a Phyrexian. Yeah, Mush Man looks like a mushroom. Mush Woman looks like a big titty lady with a mushroom
Lick
hat.
big titty girlfriend.
So
Please
should we go
buy
say
my
hi?
merch, senpai. I have
Uh,
such a big booba.
Well, before we go so hi, should we see what's in the market? I mean, it's been a while since we.
I wouldn't recommend going down there, because you're on this ledge a couple of feet up, and down there is a thick cloud of spores. So thick, you can see it. It's just a fog of the stuff.
Oh, alright.
Like, you're pretty sure that even Tanya would just get snared in rapidly going mushrooms trying to move down there.
Just becomes
Now,
mushroom.
the fun part is they're all seeming to dance. They're having like this big prom dance. You know, they're rehearsing the wedding.
Aw.
Oh.
While you're looking, Ashleen flies over and lands on Tanya's shoulder, and you see her looking at the spores, seemingly deep in thought.
What are you thinking, Fairy?
How much water would I have to throw down there to get rid of all the spores?
I think that might be a hate crime.
Yeah, that might be them communicating.
You know, like,
Nature's weird.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, I think actually that dousing that might be considered a hate crime. I don't know.
Yeah, let's go say hi to the totally not demon lord fungus lady.
Gosh. Marvelous. Marvelous, marvelous, marvelous.
Oh, let's get obliterated.
Wait, you're gonna go down there?
Are we going
Not
down?
down there, but to the fungus lady.
The fungus lady is down there, like down from the ledge, with the rest of the rehearsal.
No.
Okay, maybe we don't want to go down to
Also,
the.
just for context, her presence. So, you know how like the Feyres is this chaotic energy that you can kind of feel the cohesion of logic sort of dissolve.
Yeah, I feel it. I feel it a lot.
She's like the Demogorgon, but without the element of where you're utterly terrified of what you're looking at.
But the,
You can
So I can feel
feel
that.
parts of your brain rewire themselves to think more like whatever she thinks. Just being close to her. You're not strong enough yet to face a demon lord in your current shape.
Let's not.
I use once again using the fairy like a canary. How do you feel about this, Aisling?
I don't like to feel this thing.
Aisling, you
Alright,
probably
I
just
don't-
feel raw nausea because you can handle the chaos, you cannot handle the intense evil she has.
Don't puke on me.
Yeah, I don't like this thing.
You do, however, still feel kind of compelled to go down there and just join that rehearsal. Like, come on, it's only polite.
I mean, dancing in like a forest.
They
is
have
thing
a large
want.
banquet buffet table just filled to the brim with all kinds of food, imported foods even,
They have cookies.
of all kinds.
No, god dang it, no.
You see
Right,
their hands
right,
moving
right.
up for a moment.
I
Oh.
say we avoid that. I don't like the feeling.
It'll only take me a moment.
No,
It'll just take me a second.
no, you have
I
cookies.
can get all the cookies.
No, you can't. Look, I have a like. Tanya just straight up says it. What, mostly using the fairy. I have a very bad feeling about this. We should lay low.
Let's go to the giant room. Talk to anyone there.
The giant mushroom is very close to where this rehearsal is, so if you go down there,
Alright.
you will get close to that cloud.
Yeah, I say, honestly, I say we try to find some business we can get done here. We have returned our little mushroom friend, and I'd say maybe, unlike we've done with other places, we just get out of here. Where are we
Let's try
going? now?
very hard not to rock the boat this time.
By
'cause
the
every
way,
time we do it, the boat sinks.
Kenny, since you're like
Yeah.
not actually having a protracted conversation with your friends and you're just kind of lounging about, you'll be the one who hears the actual rehearsal, like the lines that they're using and stuff. They seem to be marrying, and if you've ever like the Dutch Queen has this, where her name and titulature is immense to the point that they shorten it down to like etc. etc. This is kind of what you get. They seem to be marrying someone called Zichtmoy, and a fine gelatinous person called Jubilix. They're gonna marry.
Oh, they're on a Maui.
Now, you have a large slime with you who is also like listening in and goes, wobble wobble. I know who that is. Wobble wobble.
What can you tell us about
Take a guess. Wobble wobble.
gelatinous demon?
He gives you a confirming wobble.
Oh.
To be specific, I forgot what his
Jello
exact title, like what his okay, his common titles are The Faceless Lord and the Oozing Hunger, the God of Ooze, and the Goddess of Fungus.
You know, a lot of names like this.
If you want to, I can just recite all of the ones for you right now.
Sounds like
Yeah,
I'm gonna take
go
There's
for it.
Baphomet, Jubilex, Orcus, Demogorgon, Fraz Blue, Yinogu, Grazd, and Zuktmoy. I don't like how it goes from Baphomet, Orcus, and then there's one just called Fraz or Blue. Thanks. But yes, there's quite a collection of them, and it sounds like they're going to have a beautiful wedding. It also sounds like this wedding is far in the future, because they are making lots of little changes, and big changes. Like, there's a point where one of them just topples one of the setup tables and goes, no, 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 we need different furnitures for the softies. On the plus
Are
side,
there
if you
any
want,
fancy chairs that no one's looking at?
if you really want to watch an episode of Bridezilla, this is the best place to do it. I mean, a lot of the
don't think
chairs are
Bridezilla-
like Underdark Classic, but you can tell that there's a growing concentrated effort to get better, fancier chairs. So there are probably like a few chairs that don't look like they come from a hotel meeting space.
I demanded eggshell, and this is crane.
Sir, it's
Look.
just the lighting.
It's only a little bit of dust. We'll wipe it off.
I mean, you're literally standing in a place where it's impossible to discern the exact color of things because you are surrounded by many multicolored mushrooms.
God, this place would give me a migraine. I can already feel it. Like from the spores being spritzed everywhere to the little plip plops of the feet tip tapping everywhere.
I mean, at times you hear this crunching, grinding sound between your limbs
oh my effing
as
god,
it gets in your
dude,
joints.
Yeah, if I was here, I would punch a mushroom baby. I don't know, like I would get upset.
Stool was sad at this.
No bully.
If things are turning south, should we ask Stool if they would like to come with us, or should we just go along our way?
I mean, our way is pretty much just wherever we've been pointed lately.
That's true. We need.
I mean-
the
And
truth
also
is,
just
like,
wherever there's fewer things in front of us trying to kill us.
I mean,
Like right
Stool
now,
and
things are trying to
Basidia
kill us, isn't it?
had a private conversation during which Stool, as he explains to you now, was all excited about all these travels. And since Basidia is like, this place is a bit dangerous, he's like, sure, you know what? If little baby man wants to be somewhere less dangerous than here, go nuts. So Stool's taking a vacation, baby.
baby man.
I'm
Hey,
very much in
oh,
camp
no.
of keeping Stool safe.
Grew
Now-
up and left the nest.
Now, for context, and I hate this part, never like, you know how Gracklestreak was this whole thing with all these things? This place has very little in terms of things. It is very much a place that just has things, and if you want to use them, go nuts. But
So it's basically what I think it
I
is,
think-
and it's like
I think the idea is that you ratchet up the faction war a bit and use that as like the central element, but it doesn't really give you the tools to do that. With how many words it wastes on just the random layout, and oh, here's the guy that you might have had with you, and he becomes the spore servant now. But no,
So, Ashleen points at the things that are flying around the big mushroom. They're like, you described them as vulture. So, what are we going to do about those?
so those are very much the things you saw back at the prison. In case I forgot what their name is, they're Vrox and they are Casmes. And they're bad news.
as in like dangerous or as in bad omen.
You should probably come back later. In fact,
Okay,
Okay.
so don't deal with them now.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, let's go ask, the head mushroom, or at least the head mushroom who will talk to us about possible exits that they know of.
marvelous. You head on back to good old Basidia.
Yeah, Cydia, isn't it?
we head back realizing, you know, guys, I think things are already effed. Like things eventually grew into the F word, but I think we got here right when it was happening.
Well, same thing happened to Sloop Loop.
Oh, yeah.
I just want to point out one thing. There is like a corpse and their loot, and for some reason they carry 40 days of rations.
What?
They're one
Well,
person, and they're carrying 40 days of rations, apparently.
Maybe they expected to get lost.
What is it
It's
like
like-
that goddamn treasure chest in Final Fantasy X on the boat where you can just keep kicking it for like 99 potions?
Yeah.
This is just here, guys. Whatever, it's fine.
He's got like 6 duffel bags full of granola bars, and he's just lugging them around.
You make your way back to the fine fellow who's managing this affair. Do you he will like ask you the basic questions of what you saw, and presumably you'll just be open and candid. But if you want to be a bit less candid, you have to tell me. Excuse me, I got that wrong. I got the other way around. I assume you're going to be open and honest with it.
Pretty honest, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not good at hiding stuff.
I don't
if-
see a reason to lie to this man.
Well, this concerns him naturally.
Yeah.
And he thinks he's just going to take anyone who hasn't yet gotten spore washed and take him out on a stroll around town for a while.
Yeah,
That sounds like
I
a smart
imagine
idea.
Sounds
a
good.
quick, low-key exploration would be nice.
He wouldn't feel good just leaving you on a dime like that without a proper reward. Since a lot of drow that stumble into here are completely unprepared and tend to get, like, drow tactics don't work well against things that aren't that affected by poison. A lot of their battle tactics come from the poison and the sneaking, and these are mushrooms, and they don't care about either of that too much. They'll come for you. Did that lady just throw a bouquet at a man?
Yes.
Criminal. Oh my god, I love a Saurus like, ha, Lola, I don't know how to feel about Sora gets smashed. I don't care about the whole smash thing to begin with, but really? He's the last guy you're gonna put on the list?
Yeah, again, it's weird that's not a Nintendo character.
It's
I mean, he was literally the most wanted character, like multiple polls.
What
in a
about the
row.
one he just killed right there?
Yeah, Waluigi.
Usually comes about like 7th
Which is fun.
at most.
but Wario's there, and this is. I love the guy who's like the Daisy is Waluigi Peach or something like that.
Oh yeah. Oh honey.
And then a P goes upside down to a D.
Oh no.
He thanks you for your mild assistance. But now that others have seen it with their own eyes, he knows for certain that anyone who comes here still is a fool. But as I said, he will give you a small reward for your efforts. Which is to say, this man who has no idea what the fuck value is going to give you something.
Hey, I mean, I'm for it.
Here you go. It gives us like a Groupon coupon.
Gives us a big roach. Don't spend that all in one place.
Hey, yeah, that's my thing. Yeah, it just hands you a big old roach.
Just one really big coin.
Actually, yeah, speaking of that, Zapping, here you go. It hands you one ivory roach. Don't spend that all in one place.
What the fuck, Claire?
You know, why does everyone say that?
What the fuck am I supposed to do with this?
Yeah,
Huh?
that's what they say too.
Everyone says that.
What's wrong with you?
Like,
Give me a
They're like the
roach.
Yeah, just one big roach. One of the biggest, actually. Well, biggest I have.
Okay, this is getting goofy.
They're
Oh, that's
expensive,
why.
Dude, like a $25 roach if they're the right part of their life.
Well, I mean, a dozen of them would be like $25, but yeah.
There, I want that imported. Thank you. And there's one more. I need the short sword. I think you're gonna.
It's a surface mushroom.
What is this about a surface mushroom, Claire?
I just read the little chat in the D&D thing, or the tabletop thing.
Puts pause. Cape Cod roach. I don't know if I needed to see that, but I like it. I like it. I like it a
Wait.
lot.
What are you looking
That's
at?
the website. That's actually
Oh,
the
okay.
ivory roach.
Yep, those are the roaches I have.
What do
They
you
are
have?
fairly large. Why do I have
Oh,
them?
yeah.
They're great.
I'm gonna have to make
You're
an
asking Claire a very
adjustment for
dangerous
that.
question.
I have to.
Okay.
Okay, well,
Suit yourself.
I got 2 of your items sorted out, but I'm gonna need a moment. He gives you a +2 leather and a +2 short sword.
Wow.
Like so, and like so. That's not the actual armor. It just gives you a +2. So the other thing I wanted to give you was a vicious set of fists. But unfortunately, the cestus is not really an item that exists. So I need to figure out how this does it.
Tanya, you're punching. It's going
Those
to
are
get
for my-
punchier.
Those are for my hands, my already magical hands. Hell yeah.
They could be more magical.
They'll even be more, even more magical. That was a hiccup. Don't worry about it.
Also, like how this adventure began, and everyone else goes up into like the water and starts doing things, and the fairy's just sitting there with the gelatinous cube, like, okay, they coming back?
But, yeah, well, I thought you would like just teleport yourself with me. I don't like you did it before.
Give me one. I'm gonna change this short sword into a set of fists. So you can punch with them, Claire. I like how one of the default axes is a fucking hell axe. Great. Just eyeballs.
I like how that's just a default thing. Hell axe. Yeah. All right, man. Sure.
Unfortunately, the alternative, as I would be one of us swimming or falling back down the waterfall, being like, it's okay, and then you casting with another spell point to teleport us back up.
Well, no, I wouldn't have to cast it to teleport you guys back up because I could teleport you to the water part easily. I just couldn't teleport you to the surface.
Yeah, but Sapphire said that the roof of like the actual area we were in was 20 feet.
Yeah,
you
but
had-
I need that to get out of the water because I could just fly to the roof.
Yeah, but Abby can't fly.
Yeah, so I teleport you up, you hold onto the wall, I fly up, and I teleport you again.
Okay, okay. Okay, okay. If I did this correctly, Tanya now has the fists.
Fist.
Smack. Don't think that did the crit thing right, because you're supposed to do 7 more damage on a crit. So that's like 23 damage, 25, if you hit someone that's grappled. That's not even a great damage roll, really. But yeah, it's great. I think I'm just going to add that separately.
I think
So
Sisters
apparently
is
in the
AE.
Bay Area today, in San Francisco today, animal control was called to rescue a pet tarantula that was lost in getting around town.
Oh no, baby.
It was a Halloween decoration.
Aww.
Wow.
I mean, I appreciate that someone even took the time to call it for a tarantula, because usually the story would be like, I saw that, I killed it.
Give me the crits. Give me the goddamn crits. I want to see the... Oh, yeah, I know how to make the crit damage happen. Just click the button. Give me a
Yeah,
moment.
can't you force the crit?
I'm going to click it. Here you go. Vicious Cestus. Oh, ooh.
My hands
There we
popped
go.
out.
Get a load of that. That's what you do. That's a 28.
Yeah, I think Cestus is AE.
That's... Oh, my God. I'm rolling pretty poorly. What the heck? Just give me a good roll, man. Show me the roll that makes us go, wow. Actually, more like, wow, wow, wow,
That's that go.
wow. 1. Why do I keep rolling 1s on that one? There we go. Now that's a crit. It's,
Okay, there
it's
you go.
27. Reliable, actually. Does around 20 every time. Big hits with those fists. Anyway, Claire, you got magic fists.
Magical
yeah.
air fists.
Now you can magically
Also-
grab people and magically strangle them.
Can do card tricks now.
Magically.
You can punch cards, make tricks.
Well, since this all is going pretty poorly, Elvis steps up and says that our last hope really is kind of Blingenstone.
Yeah, a lot of stuff seems to be going on down here these days.
Yeah, and none of it good.
Yeah, because that's like, what, 2 demon lords we've met now?
2.5 if you count the dragon.
But Blingenstone
That's
is only
not
16
demon.
days from here, so...
Only.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is it possible to get food legally?
I
I
think
mean-
you mean food without going into the, like, cult zone.
So I was going to go down there and get the cookies.
You
I'll
know,
go get
no,
the cookies.
no cookies.
No,
Cookies
no.
are not rations.
They are for me.
Those are also bad cookies. They're cursed cookies. I don't know, they'll make, like, every time you bite into one, a tree dies. I don't know.
Bunch of
She looks like
dweebs.
she's about to cry at that idea.
Oh, no, God.
They're
Oh, look
also
what you've
made
done.
of adorable bunnies.
In fact, she flies over to the nearest surface, creates her room, and goes into it to go and sit because she's sad now. In the
Oh.
chair.
Look, I did what I had to do. So thank me in the end, or transform me into a scarecrow. I don't know. It's gonna be one of those.
Yeah.
This is what she was doing.
No.
No, oh man.
This what you did to the
Scarecrow.
fairy, Claire.
Scrow.
Scroll.
You know what I'm gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
How far down is the hill with all the spores?
I don't
No,
know.
Bella. No,
Oh
20
yeah,
ish.
I'm not allowed to go, and I can fucking.
What do you want to do, Bella?
Like it's 20-ish feet down.
Sure, let's say that.
And how far in would be the closest cookie
No.
plate?
With the closest pudding?
Pudding.
Cookie plate.
You're gonna steal a plate. Okay, sure. Why not?
If they're within 30 feet.
If you go down 20 feet and you go over 30, no, they're a bit distance away. Like they're doing this in like the large open
Okay.
area, not like near the.
Okay, then never mind.
You want to take a
I-
big
I
old
was-
glass of spores next? So you want to?
I was gonna levitate a plate of cookies out, but
Yeah, but
Look,
now she
I'm-
thinks they're cursed to destroy trees.
They're
Well, I'm
evil
gonna-
cookies anyway. Like the point is. Plus, you don't want those chairs either, probably. Wait a second. What does the fairy think trees are? Chairs are made of?
dreams and
Comic
happiness.
Dude,
Hey, you guys get to talk about this. She's inside of her extra dimensional room, sitting in her one fancy chair.
Handsome.
God.
Point is,
Anyway,
next time we were going to Blingenstone, the town. Okay, I'm just gonna warn you. Which is to say, the Jim Jar is gonna warn you that while he might be a jovial, chipper kind of fellow, most deep gnomes are what's it called? Chronically depressed. For some reason, they live on the ground, but they go like, man, I don't want to live on the ground. It's so sad here. So they get all sad about nothing. Bunch of losers, is what I tell you. I say we just bribe the first person we can find and scoot our ways up to the surface instead of bothering those losers.
I mean, if they know a way out, wouldn't they leave? Or does leaving is that an issue?
You how about you go talk to a bunch of chronically depressed losers and figure it out on your own what that deal is?
She pops her head out of the portal. Bad people can be really boring to talk to. We're talking to
Exactly.
me in here.
They're also pretty
Wait, what?
bossy, because, you get exposed to the drought too often, you start becoming an immoral slave over time.
wait. If he's talking about Deaton, though, isn't he a Deaton? Though? Why isn't he like this then?
He's saying that he's abnormal.
yeah,
Oh,
he's an
okay.
exception.
I mean, hey, how could you not find a little bit of spice in life? You just roll some dice. I mean, That being said, I'm pretty sure that the writers think deep gnomes are nice species because you get to play them for free and you don't have to be a slaver. So I guess, they're exempt from the rule that everyone on the ground is an evil slaver. Or something. The point is, you're going to find yourself surrounded by a bunch of lamos who are going to be very sad and probably got their own set of problems. And they might just try to get you into this whole gnome drought war they got going. I don't know what the deal is. There's a reason I left.
She comes out of her hole. I know some gnomes.
You probably don't like surface gnomes, the fun kind.
Yeah, they make cookies.
That
And
they do.
shoes.
But down here they don't make cookies. They're too busy baking ration bread. Shit's hard as a rock and tasteless as one too. Actually,
Wow,
rocks
this-
taste better.
Why is everything down here less fun than the forest?
Well, I imagine it's because of the whole everything is made of raw chaos and life down here sucks. But, that just begs the question why they even living down here.
Yeah, I made out of chaos. But,
I think it's like what's it called? Like Stockholm Syndrome? They're like, man, we deserve to live down here. Man, the surface is probably scarier. But you idiots, I tell you.
Under the stone.
They got so many more gambling games up on the surface. They got these card games. They got dice games. They got a table with a spinny thing on it.
And if they have tables, they have chairs. The fairy is set.
I mean, Blingenstone does have some nice chairs, yes.
I do like. I want some more chairs. Then you guys can join me on chairs.
Like I said, the best idea is we just find the biggest, fanciest person who can tell us where to get the hell out of here, and we get the hell out of here.
am fond of getting the hell out of here.
This is a big mood, my good sir. Then once we're out of here, we can all go home and relax. And there definitely won't be a second part to this story that's incredibly weird, considering that you first try to run away and then come back to save everyone from the thing you ran away from. That's not a narrative whiplash at all.
That's totally not how that works. There's totally no reason that I would be prevented from ever being able to learn the ability to teleport 1,000 miles.
Starts like sort of nudges the fairy while looking at the very well informed deep gnome that's either like it's either on script or very off script. It's actually hard to tell. So
He's just hiding the copy of Out of the Abyss behind his back.
Yeah, like,
Oh, that's just my journal. You know, it's got all the stories on how we went to, Mesmerendon that one time.
I actually told her. Remember what you told me about Bapadoop or Boopadoop or wait, what was the guy who turned out to be a chaos god?
Boopida.
Yeah, remember what you told me about Boopado?
Yeah,
By the way,
he's
if
around now.
Okay, I was going to say, like, I sort of got if you say, I don't. Like, I was getting pissed.
Completely blocked it out.
Suppressing trauma in 5. But yes, next time, because it's 4:30 a.m.
Time for
Yeah.
Bling and Stone.
Yep, we
Yeah.
killed some guys, we escaped a place, we did some underwater
Wait.
skill checks.
Technically
We made
speaking,
goblins suffer.
I'm
Wait.
gonna do that finger snap thing. Technically, Never Let Go qualifies as a chapter, so
Yay, level up.
you leveled up from inhaling spores. Do it again sometime.
I'm not going to, I don't like it.
What
And
does
I know
everyone
exactly
get
what I'm using for this level.
for their 7th level?
Oh, I know what I get.
Wait, please don't spoil it. I want to read it with my eyeballs. I love using them. They're so amazing. Now, we all know that Claire's going to be nice and boring, because all she ever gets is more martial talents, and that's the whole level up. Oh well, it makes it nice and easy. It makes that Bling and Stone 8th all the more fun. Oh, you get evasion, and you get more sneak attack dice on the rogue. That's pretty good.
Something.
It's kind of weird as a feature when it's like, oh, it's only for deck saves. I'm like, really? Like, either you're basically admitting that there are only a few key saves if you make a feature like that, or it's like, oh, this comes up like 1 in 6 times. We all know the answer to that. I mean, I get why they did it. It's for simplicity. It's a bit easier to wrap your head around, but now you have dead weight and redundancy that no one uses. Anyway, let's take a look. We also have a prodigy. Bella gets a focused sequence, she gets another talent, and she gets another max sequence length. What is focused sequence?
I can increase my length by 1 by using martial focus,
Ooh.
which means I can start using martial focus for something.
You can also use a bonus action to cease concentration on a magic effect and gain another sequence too.
You know, it's
but-
funny, Bella, you now have the ability to use martial focus. I no longer need to.
What I like most about your thing, Bella, is you can just cast a spell like Levitate, and then they float up, and you're like, I want to drop them, and you just break it with that, and you get a link and another one.
So
I can only get 1 link per round.
If you read Focus Link, does
turn.
not count against your limit of 1 per turn.
Oh, okay.
So you
I
can
just got
just.
another 10 hit.
Oh God, Claire.
I just got another 10 hit points. Oh, hell.
Tanya's sitting at a comfy 71.
I have 42.
That's still not bad.
That's fighters for you.
I'm like me bigger now. I just like for some reason I grow
Also,
it
that I
in.
have a 0 in con, so I don't get any bonuses.
Don't forget to distribute those fun magic items you got. The cool set of armor.
Yeah, but still need the sword from the dragon place.
I'm dumb, alright?
But I look at
Oh,
mine, Sappy,
yeah.
because I already know what I'm using it all on.
Abigail got max. I guess getting pelted with lots of bolts toughened you up a bit. Oh yes, you get a path talent, and as a spell blade,
You can get destruction or creation.
oh cool, you get 2 talents basically.
Protection, destruction. Yeah,
And-
so I know what I'm putting him on too.
So yeah, you got a huge ass combat boost.
So my destruction talent is going to be a blast shape.
Shape.
I am getting leap.
What does that do?
Your destruction blast becomes a 5-foot wide, 10-foot long line. When using this blast shape, you appear at the last square in the line after the effect is resolved or the nearest available space. Affected targets may avoid this damage with a dex saving throw, but if the final spell point cost of your blast is 1 or more, a successful save only reduces half. You do not count as having passed through any intermediate spaces. With Augment, I can go up to my destructive blast range using it. So I can use this spell to jump through someone with a fire wave behind me, and then I can stab them in the back. Oh, and now I no longer have to use my my martial focus to use spell combat.
Yeah, that's the fun part.
So I can cast and stab as long as it doesn't cost any spell points every turn.
Yeah, we know. You're very fancy. Pat pat.
And my other one is going to be to get me the life tree.
Not life.
I can
Life.
get limited restoration, so I can't use the restore ability tree.
Oh, yeah, we're going for that.
But
Yes.
that gives me a talent, so I can get Fount of Life.
Oh shit. I get access to 2 new finishers. Cause I can have 4 link.
Oh man, what are these new fun finishers, baby Bella?
There is Arcane Apocalypse.
Sounds neat.
If I do it, I can cast Magic Sphere that usually done as an action as a bonus action. So I can technically do 2 spells a turn if I have 4 links.
That's pretty sexy. And the other one is resilience.
As reaction, reroll a failed saving throw. It's gonna be done if the roll is already made with advantage. So yeah, that's just helping with saving throws.
Oh, and because I'm getting the life sphere, I also get a new blast type because I have the destruction sphere.
What is
so I'm getting invigorating, where I steal life.
invigorating? Healing energy is drawn towards you. It's radiant and burns your foes.
Deals radiant damage. Whenever I damage creatures with my blast, I gain temporary HP equal to the number of dice rolled that lasts until the beginning of the next turn.
Mm-hmm. Every time I see SP, I think of silver pieces.
Yeah, I kind of feel that too. See, I get a lot this level.
Next level, everyone mostly just gets ability score increases and maybe some talents and spell points.
Yeah, I'm not. I could take the +2.
Oh no, what are you buying?
I figured out exactly what I want to use it on. I know at least one is going to be in the universal tree. There's a wild magic ability I want to get.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, I gotta get the name. Let's see, the wild magic one. It is.
Yeah.
Inspired Surge.
Oh, that just sounds great. Let's see. Oh. Ah. I see.
Yeah.
So you can give yourself whatever the hell you want, but it always triggers Bob Magic.
And I can have up to 2 of them per day. Yeah, for Dizzy. I can use Wild Magic to give myself any ability I have the prereqs for in any sphere I already have.